Welcome to the Music Theory Centre. This is the first lesson of the Grade 1 Music Theory course. This is the very first music theory lesson and will start right at the beginning. This series will cover the entire Grade 1 syllabus over 18 different videos. The content follows our Grade 1 Music Theory workbook. The book teaches the same material, but also includes practice questions and graphics, which will be easy to find and reference whenever you want. If you're interested, you can get it digitally on our website musictheorycentre.com, or a physical book is available worldwide on Amazon. This video will introduce music theory starting with the stave, then the musical notes, and then show how they are written with some drawing tips. Let's get into it. 1. The stave. When music is written down, it's formed of different symbols. These are written onto something called the stave, or staff. We'll go into more detail later, but this is where the music is written. On the stave, there are always 5 lines, numbered 1 to 5 from the bottom. The horizontal axis represents time from left to right, which forms rhythm, and the vertical axis represents pitch, how high or low a note sounds. This is called harmony. We will see more of this a bit later. Together, the pitch and rhythm create a melody. In a piece of music, the stave is split into bars, like this. We will see how these work in Lesson 2. First, let's look at how we write music onto this stave. 2. Notes. Music is represented by notes, which are drawn onto the stave. There are different symbols which represent the notes, and they have different meanings. Here are the notes you'll need for Grade 1. There are others, and we'll come across these in later grades. There are 2 different names for each note, referred to as the US and UK naming systems. Traditionally, the UK uses these names: the semibreve, minim, crotchet, quaver, and semiquaver. The US system uses numbered fractional names, which are the whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note, and 16th note. The US system is widely used in many genres, such as jazz or rock, even in the UK. I have used both systems, and it's worth being aware of both styles, so that you can easily communicate with other musicians in any situation. For that reason, I will try and use both styles throughout the course, and you will become familiar with them over time. The US fractional names are particularly useful to learn because they tell you exactly the function of the note. We're about to see why, but simply, a quarter note is worth a quarter of a whole note, and so on. The traditional UK names can be confusing because they don't mean anything, but as you become familiar with them, they will become second nature too. We will learn how these notes are used over the next 2 lessons. First, here are some tips for drawing musical notes, as we'll be doing this a lot. 3. Drawing notes. There are some specific ways to draw these notes, so they're easy to read and to make sure everyone is drawing them the same way. You'll need to draw accurately. You may lose points in exams if they are not clear enough, but also you'll want this to be clear so you can perform or play the music later. Here are a couple of drawing tips. It's best to use a pencil. It's neater and you may need to make edits. Notes are egg-shaped, not round. Make sure the note is either on a line or in a gap. Don't let it overlap. Musicians won't know which note to play, and you may lose marks if it's not clear. Make sure the semibreve and minim, whole note and half note, have a clear gap in the middle, and make sure the other notes don't. Quavers have a flag attached to the stem, and semiquavers have 2 flags. If the note is below the middle line of the stave, the stem points upwards, and it points down if it's above it. If it's on the middle line, it can be either, often in the same direction as the notes around it. If the stem points up, it's drawn on the right-hand side of the note head. If it points down, it goes on the left. For quavers, the flags are always drawn on the right of the note. So if the stem is pointing up, it's like this, and if it's pointing down, it's like this. We will go through more tips and conventions as we learn more about these notes. The more you practice drawing them, the easier it gets. That is the basic introduction and preparation for you to start learning music theory, and you should be ready to get started. If you want any practice, remember we have exercises in the workbook. The next lesson will start to introduce rhythm, with bars and time signatures. And I will see you there. Remember to check out our website if you want more music theory. Thanks for watching and keep creating music.